Hey guys, welcome back here, and I'm doing my annual NFL 2024-2025 predictions, guys. And yeah, let's get into it here. Alright. And first, we're gonna begin with the AFC here, and first, we're gonna go over like all the standings, why I think it and stuff. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright. Start with the AFC North, and the Ravens in first place. I think they're gonna get a little bit worse just because they lost some players on defense, and they lost their DC to Seahawks Mike McDonald. So I think honestly that they're just gonna get a little worse. But I still think they're gonna win the division. And yeah, I mean the addition of Derrick Henry should definitely help them too, especially in the running game. I mean they're a good team still. I think they'll be the top of the AFC North. Let's go to the Bengals, who I think Burrow's gonna be healthy this year. It's just an unfortunate. He had a wrist injury this year, and I think this year he's gonna have a good season. And yeah, the Ravens and the Bengals are the top two teams in the AFC North with both Lamar and Burrow are healthy. So yeah, I think both QBs will have healthy campaigns this year. Bengals, I mean, they got T. Higgins back on the franchise tag. They added the O line. I mean, they've been trying to add in the past. It hasn't worked. Wonder if it is now. I mean, they lost Joe Mixon in the running game, but got Zach Moss, who was solid for the coach for a little bit. But yeah, solid team. And next we go to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 9-8, and they're gonna have another winning season. The Steelers never lose. Trust me, as a Steelers fan, I know they're gonna have another 9-8 season. I mean, like, and they're gonna fluke the way. I mean, like, there's just some games where it's like, how do they even win it? It's so weird. I don't know. It's just weird how they are. But yeah, that's just me though. But good defense. Added Patrick Queen from the Ravens, linebacking core. I mean, they should be better at corner this year with Corey Trice Jr. finally playing. Like, he did pretty good in camp last year. Wondering what he's gonna do. Joey Porter Jr. in his second year. I'm not Dante Jackson from the Panthers in the trade with Deontay Johnson. But the one thing is, their receiving core, other than Pickens, is not that good. And the running game's so good with Najee and Jalen Warren, but also the line improvement John Fontenot and hopefully Broderick Jones in the second year could be better. So yeah, let's go on to the Browns. And the Browns at 8-9, honestly, they have one of the best. Them and the Ravens have one of the best defense in football last year. I think it's gonna stay that way for both teams, but let's say that about the Ravens. But the Browns, yeah. My reason why that I'm putting him here is I don't trust Watson. He's injury prone, and I don't think he's that good anymore. That's my reason why. I think the roster is pretty good. They got Jerry Judy, who's okay. I mean, this should be defense should be good. The O line's good. The running game should be solid. I don't know when Nick Chubb's gonna come back. He might be back mid-season. That's my guess, but I don't know if he's gonna be the same after that. There's a knee injury, but I don't know. But let's continue here to the AFC South and the Texans. First place, CJ Stroud having a magical year in his rookie year. So I put him at 11-6 and top of the division. I think they're going to get better. They got Stephon Diggs and have one of the best, if not the best, receiving cores with him, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell. Their defense got better this offseason. They added Joe Mixon as a running back, and it's made the running game better. Their running game was one of the reasons why, like to make the offense complete. It was one of the worst rushing attacks in football, so that should help it. Definitely. And hopefully Damian Pierce could bounce back because he had a solid rookie year. Maybe he could be a solid number two. But next we got the Jaguars, and honestly, these have 10-7 just because I think the division's better. But here's my honest opinion on them. When Lawrence before the high ankle sprain, they were 8-3. I mean, Lawrence's ankle sprain, they were 8-3, and after they collapsed, was it 9-8? Yeah, that 9-8 missed the playoffs. Here's the thing is with them, it's just the Jags are just. I think they're a good team. It's just like Lawrence did not look off. It's like ever since that like Bengals, it's like he just had like it's high ankle pain. He was playing through it, and it's just like he didn't look the same. But yeah, other than that, I mean, they replaced Calvin Ridley with Brian Thomas in the receiving core. The team stayed the same relatively, so I think they're around as good as they were last year. And I'm wondering if Lawrence is gonna get better, like be like more second year improve on from a second year because I think he was doing around the same second year as third year, but just at high ankle sprain changed everything. But yeah, let's go on to the Colts here, 7-10, a wild card. They could be better than this, but Anthony Richardson. It's the thing is injuries too. He's got to stop taking big hits. I mean, if you want to stay in this league for a decent bit, like you can't be taking hits like that. Like yeah, he's a cannon for an arm and great running ability, but He's got to be more safe with football. But the thing, other than that, I think they have a solid team. Colts have solid team, solid receiving core. And a Donnie Mitchell should be a solid receiver from the draft. I mean, defense was solid. They have Jonathan Taylor. I'm wondering, but here's the thing. It depends on Anthony Richardson, and like honestly, like his the thing is he gonna be accurate? I think he's gonna be like around like I think he's gonna be inconsistent but good. He could be a superstar someday, but I guess we'll see. Boom or bust right there. Colts are boom and bust just because they're Anthony Richardson. But let's move on to the Titans. I honestly I've had hope for Will Levis, but here's my thing. I've thought this about other QBs. I know, but you see a small sample size of a QB and then they flop. Another example, Drew Lock, like was it and stuck around for the Broncos. That's the one I always think about. Had a solid first played the last 6 games of the year and was pretty solid. Like playing like low tier start like Levis was last year. Showed some flashes, had some bad games, and I thought maybe put it together. Next year he just flopped and then he was out, and now he's a backup moving around. Like now he's on the Giants. You know what I mean? I just have a feeling, I don't know. I hope Levis succeeds. And the Titans did add to their defense, which the defense should be better. I don't know. I just have a feeling. I don't know. And, I mean, I don't know why. I feel like some teams, like it's not predicting how good a team's going to be. And the AFC South is pretty stacked, too. But Texans, Jags at the top. Maybe not stacked, but the Colts pretty solid, too. I just honestly have a feeling that I don't know, they're going to regress. I don't know why, but you got to pick teams that are going to be good or bad. You can't just keep everyone saying based on that. I have some teams that are going to do really boom. And my team this year to boom in the AFC East is the Jets. I know, very bold, but they were 7-10 with Zach Wilson as their QB. If Aaron Rodgers is even average, I think he's going to be above average this year. And the last time he played with like a broken thumb after a Giants game, and before that, he's still like really good. I think he's at least going to be average, maybe above average. If he doesn't get injured, this Jets team is at least winning 10 games. The thing is, I'll be honest, the way I did this was, I went through every team's schedule, put W out. So it took like maybe 3 hours to do, but I went through every schedule and did for every team so that it'd equal out. So I didn't just pick random records. The Jets have an easier record than the Bills do because were they in last? No, they're in 3rd place last year. That's Patriots in last. But the Bills have a really tough schedule. The Dolphins do, and I feel like the Bills and Dolphins got worse. That's why. The Jets have an easier schedule than both teams. I honestly was going to pick the Bills, but like I looked at the schedule. I think the Bills have a pretty tough schedule. But yeah, let's continue here. The Bills still going to be a good team. Josh Allen's going to keep them in every game, but their schedule got way tougher this year, I feel like. And they lost a decent amount of pieces on the defense and some on the offense. And Matt Milano's out to December, who's like the anchor for that defense. And he's out to, he's out to December. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about this team. They could be better. I'm not saying that. I'm just predicting what I think might happen. It's just a guessing game, to be honest. You don't know. The Chiefs could go 0-17. I'm not going to say that's going to happen. Anything could happen here. So it's like, nothing. And next, I think a team that's going to regress is the Dolphins. Honestly, their defense battered with injuries and losing players too. They lost half their lines or two. Like, I just am worried about this team and really didn't get too much better. Like, their top 2 edge rushers are like, is Bradley Chubb going to be back this year, I think? But like, Jalen Phillips out. I'm trying to think. They lost Christian Wilkins. Who's the other one they lost? I'm forgetting the name. Sorry, I don't remember. They lost so much defenders, either free agency or injuries. They dropped Chop Robinson, but I don't know. Just see how this team's gonna be. But that's why I have them at 8 and 9. And the next team, the New England Patriots, at 4-13. They're gonna be bad this year. Their O-line's not that good. They lost some pieces on defense. We might see Drake May, but honestly, I think if it's better to sit them. Their O-line's not that good. Just keep them. Just why not? Like, you don't want. Just let him learn the playbook, learn everything. Just let him sit for the year. Honestly, it'd be interesting to see him because I think he has a potential to be a good QB. Not potential, but yeah. There's nothing more to say about the Patriots. Same as last year. Next, we got the AFC West. The Chiefs at 14-3. The Chiefs receiving core had the most drops last year. And this team's still in 11 games somehow. And like, they had the worst receiving core in the league, or one of the worst. Dude, they now added Juju. I know Juju's not good. The thing with him is, it happened in Pittsburgh and stuff too. He's good as a number 2. When AB was there, he had 1,400 yards because there's a number 2. Kelsey's the number 2. I don't even say Rashee Rice is like a number 1 receiver ahead of him. He'll probably be the number 2 or 3 receiver. when he doesn't have the attention as a number one receiver like in New England because he was the best receiver there, when he doesn't do that good. When he doesn't, he had 900 yards with the Chiefs. So I think he's going to have a good year. Marquise Brown, I think he's going to have a good year too. Travis Kelce, dude, I think it's going to open up. I think they're going to have a way better receiving core. I think they're going to have a solid, a pretty good team, and their defense stayed around the same too. They didn't get worse, they just stayed around the same. I think they got better on offense. Yeah, so I think they got a little better. But yeah, let's move on to Chargers, who got worse. I mean, you lost both Mike Williams, who's always injured, so I don't think that's as big a loss. But Keenan Allen, that's a huge loss. But their receiving core is probably the worst. Quentin Johnson could probably be like your number 2 or 3. They got Lama Conkey and Palmer. It's like, dude, they don't have that. I mean, they got Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins from the Ravens running game, and I think they're gonna run the ball a lot. But Herbert's 3 and they're 9-8, and their defense was one of the worst in football, and probably is gonna stay that way, if not the worst. Probably second or third worst, but. I think with Herbert under center, they'll still be fine to go 9-8. All right, but next team, the Broncos, 6-11. Bo Nix's rookie year. The team lost some players, but I feel like they just re-signed Patrick Surtain of this video today, like 2 hours ago. So that's a good addition, and I think Bo Nix have a solid year and fit well with Sean Payton's scheme. So I think he's gonna do solid this rookie year. I think there's gonna obviously be some ups and downs. So. I guess we'll have to see. But next team, we got the Raiders, who I think is the worst team. I just have a feeling, okay, I think in like if I was thinking how good they'd put them at 6 or 7 wins, but I just have a feeling. It's always a team that no one expects. No one expected the Panthers to be this historically bad. They won 2 games. No one we thought they were going to win maybe 5 or 6. We knew they were going to be like bottom of the league, but we didn't think that bad. That was terrible. So I'm thinking the Raiders. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. Yeah, they have a couple good players. Max Crosby and Devontae Adams and now Chris Wilkins. But other than that, who else do they have? They have Gardner Minshew starting, but or AOC. It's like I don't think do anything. I don't know. I know Antonio Pierce had a great year, but I don't know. I just have a feeling. I don't know why I do, but that's my bold take. You gotta have a couple bold takes. Will they probably be wrong? You never know. A lot of these are gonna flop, so don't take them. Not a lot of these are going to really be successful. I know that, but it's just fun to do this. I mean, it's predicting. Making the Jets as a big boom, big bust. Being the Dolphins against 89, the Raiders at 3-14, but I didn't expect them to make the playoffs. I mean, but you just got to have your bold takes. Not as many, honestly, but yeah. All right, let's go on to the AFC standings. A lot of these will be wrong. Like, I've seen times where I miss, every wild card team, but here we go. Number 1 seed is the Chiefs, shocker, at 14-3. 2 is the Jets at 12-5. 3 is the Texans at 11-6. 4 is the Ravens at 11-6. 5 is the Bengals at 11-6. The 6th seed is the Bills at 10-7, and the 7th seed is the Jaguars at 10-7. Okay, I think that's a solid 7 right there. I mean, I think those are the 7 teams that are going to make it. Steelers and Chargers barely missing it. But yeah, let's continue here to the NFC. Alright, guys, the NFC North, first place is the Detroit Lions. I still think it's 50-50 for me. This was the hardest one. I think I wouldn't be shocked if either team winning it. I mean, there's some other ones that I wouldn't be either, but this one was just hard. I couldn't pick. It's pretty tough, but I think, honestly, look at the Lions schedule. That's why. But same thing. I think they'll be 13-4, continue on the great year. But so going to the NFC Championship. And, yeah. And good year, I mean, the thing with the Lions is Goff got re-signed, the receiving core, so it's kind of weird because I don't think the receiving core is amazing, but it's solid. It's like Monroe, St. Brown, and Laporte. But outside of that, it's like there's no one. Like, I guess Jameson Williams, but he's got to show more. Their defense, they got their second year, Terrion Arnold in the first round. Over a year there, but yeah, that Lions have one of the best O-lines too, so that definitely is going to help. And David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. As a 1-2 punch is pretty good. It's great too. So yeah. Let's go on to the Packers here, and yeah, Jordan Love's second year starting. I think he's gonna have another great year. And the Packers D, Joe Barry's gone there, and yeah, now like they showed up their safeties, they showed up their defense more. I think the Packers are gonna have a good defense. I don't know, the receiving core is very interesting. Dontavius Wicks, Romeo Doubs. Christian Watson. They have some solid guys. I don't have like a number one, but they have a solid receiving core. And Aaron Jones is gone, but they got Josh Jacobs. So it's gonna be a good team, really good team. And let's continue here. The Bears at 7-10, I know, but I feel like they'll be about the same. Not everyone's CJ Stroud. We got to remember that. That doesn't happen too often. I mean, Justin Herbert in 2020, maybe every like 3 to 4 years, maybe I would say, maybe 5. But could Caleb Williams have you like Stroud? Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like he's gonna have an up-down year. I think he'll be inconsistent. But I think he'll have a solid rookie year. But Bears have a good defense. They showed it up, and they showed in the second half too. I think it's a good team, but I think in the offense too with DJ Moore, Dunze, and Keenan Allen, and DeAndre Swift. The O-line's a little worrisome, but I think there's a solid team here. Let's move on to the Vikings. I think they have a solid roster, but having Sam Darnold start is going to kill them. And I don't think the roster is good enough where they could win like a lot of games. Like I think Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, great receivers, but it's like here's the thing: your running game. Oh yeah, they got Aaron Jones. He's a little older. He had he didn't have as good of a year last year, but I guess we'll have to see. And what is up with all the players going to division rivals? That was weird. Free agency, but I don't know. I saw a feeling they're not going to be as good. I don't know. That, like I said, I'm trying to predict teams. It's hard to do it. You know what I mean? Alright, but let's continue. NFC South. The Falcons at 11-6, getting Kirk Cousins and improving their defense is why, and getting a new head coach, getting Arthur Smith, is why they're going to win this division. They're a QB and coach away, but I'm wondering how they're going to do this year, but yeah, I think regular season will be fine. Playoffs is a different story, depending on how Kirk plays, honestly. He kind of reminds me of Dak Prescott, where under the lights they can't perform, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, let's continue here. They have a really good O-line, and Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, solid, great back room. But yeah, next, we have the Buccaneers at 8-9. I think they're going to take a step back. I think David Canales helped Baker a lot. I don't think that's the only reason, but I think they're going to take a step back. I feel like they're around the same they were last year. An okay defense, with pretty good receiving core for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. They have a solid back, pretty good running back. I mean, I think this is like a mediocre team. Todd Bowles is okay as a head coach. So I think this is a mediocre team. Let's move on to the Saints. Same thing. I think the difference is doing football hell. What are you doing, Saints? Like, the difference is these other teams can improve. Saints, this is the peak you could be at because, and you have Derek Carr, who's like, what? I don't even... Like, he's so mediocre, it's crazy. 1 week he looks terrible, next week, it's like he's the, at least with Kirk Cousins and Dak, they're good in the regular season and can make you to the playoffs. Derek Carr isn't good until they're out of it. It's like a tease. Oh yeah, we're good at the end of the season. Why not the season before when it actually mattered to try to make the playoffs? You know what I mean? That's my opinion, but the Saints, football hell right there. But next, we got the Panthers at 4-13. I think they'll improve. They'll double the win count. I think Bryce Young's going to improve a little bit, but they're still a bad team. The O-line got a little better. I mean, the running game should give it to Jonathan Brooks. Receiving core, I don't know. I don't really like. Leggett should be solid. Deontay Johnson's very frustrating, so I don't know. Yeah, it'll probably be an upgrade. It'll probably be better. The defense around the same. I think it's a little better, but not enough to do anything. And maybe Dave Canales could help Bryce Young like Baker Mayfield did. But with Tepper, I don't trust David Tepper. I don't know. I think they're going to not be that good. Panthers aren't going to be really good until he's gone as owner. But you never know. They could. I mean, a bad owner. A team could be good with a bad owner. You never know. But all right, next we got the NFC East. The Eagles. First, that collapse was like the 2020 Steelers. I think even worse because I honestly believe the Panthers could have beat them last year in the playoffs. Had a chance. Maybe not beat them, but had a chance. They were that bad. Like, that end of the year. But I think it changes now, and Nick Sirianni is on the hot seat. It's like, oh boy. It's interesting. I think they have a good team. Their defense is better. Their secondary is better. Quinn Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. But yeah, I think we'll see it. Jalen Richard better. No Jason Kelsey anymore, but they got Saquon, though, so he should be good. I think the O-line will still be pretty good. I don't know about the Toastma sound. I don't know how it's going to go, but I guess we'll see. Let's move on to the Cowboys, 11-6. They went all-in this year. They definitely did. Jerry Boy was talking about them going all-in. They went all-in, all right. And they'll be 11-6. They'll probably be around the same record as the Eagles through their schedule. And they'll probably be bounced in the first round, in the wild card round again. Who would be bounced by? The Eagles? Ooh. They lose to the Eagles. Oh, I don't know. Well, but based on my playoff things, but I don't know. You never know. But yeah. They're the same team. What else is there to say? They have a good defense, but they lost Dan Quinn. I don't know how that's going to affect them. McCarthy's on the hot seat. I mean, it's just it's tiring seeing a team do the same thing over and over. It's like, I mean, America wins when the Dallas Cowboys lose, but it's like, it's just what's the point of talking about a team that does the same thing every year? I guess I can say that about a couple other teams too, like the Steelers too. They kind of are, but yeah. Let's move on here. The Commanders 7-10. I mean, I think they're gonna get better. Jaden Daniels gonna be there. The Commanders have one of the worst defenses, but having Dan Quinn as a head coach will improve that. I don't know. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. They're gonna be better. Maybe not like too much better, but 7-10 is still a good, solid record, and I think Jaden Daniels will have a good rookie year too. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the guys are gonna be up and down. I mean, it's tough to tell because Caleb Williams could bust, like could just be bad. Jaden Daniels could be, Bo Nix could be. You never know. But I guess we're seeing two of the games. It looks solid preseason. Kenny Pickett looked amazing last year in preseason. But alright, the Giants went 4-13. Oh, they're terrible. I know they upgraded defense game. Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. Is it Xavier McKinney at safety? I mean, and they lost Saquon too. Jeez. Daniel Jones is under center. The only good receivers, Malik Neighbors, and their running game's not going to be that good either. Their offense was Saquon. Daniel Jones wasn't the main piece. It was Saquon was the main piece of the offense. He was a compliment. It's like, you're secondary. It's like, you're going to see that this year. They have Devin Singletary as a number one running back. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's a number one. I think he's a high number two, Devin Singletary. But, yeah, let's move on to the NFC West. The 49ers at 13-4. They'll still be one of the best teams in football. They're going all in. I think they have 2 more years. They just signed Trent Williams, a big contract, and Brandon Ayuk. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, they're a good team. They're, around the same they were last year. They didn't really add anyone, because, they don't have the cap space, too. They're just re-signing guys. They're just keeping everyone the same. CMC's going to have another good year. The Debo and Ayuk are back. Kittle, dude, they have a great passing game, running game too, good defense, everything, the best roster in football. And yeah, let's continue to Rams 9-8. I'm interested in how this defense would do without Aaron Donald, but yeah, but the offense though, there's nothing to worry about. Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Kyren Williams. You got a Blake Corum in the draft. I mean, they have a really good team. I'm interested to see what they do. I mean, Stafford's still going to be pretty good. Still be above average. So I'm wondering. I think 9-8, and they're going to barely make it in as a 7 seed, like you see down there. But yeah, let's continue here. The Cardinals 8-9. When Kyler Murray's under center, I don't know why. I just feel like something like he puts the team on the back sometimes, and he just, even if it's not every game, but it's sometimes that clutch factor. I don't know. Not that he's an elite QB, but he's an above average QB. He just puts him I don't know. It's just. He's at least 500 when he's there. Maybe that's just me. Maybe a little below 500. But the team got better. Got Marvin Harrison Jr. That'd be interesting. They did lose Marquise Brown, but Marvin Harrison Jr. You got Trey McBride. He's going to have a good year. I mean, this is looking like a good Cardinals team. Defense a little worrisome. Some of the roster's still a little weak. But honestly, and JC, James Conner, he's going to be pretty good in the running game. So, yeah, I think this is a good team. A mediocre team. And next, Seahawks at 7-10. They got Mike McDonald, but I don't know. I have a feeling that Geno Smith is going to regress a little bit without Pete Carroll. I don't know why. I'm just, it's guessing game, like I said. I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's a mediocre QB, Geno Smith. That first year was great, but I think he's kind of just, I'm happy he revitalized his career, but I think he's around mediocre. But I think the Seahawks have a solid team. Pretty good receiving core for Metcalf, Lockett. Wondering how they're going to do. Mike McDonald should definitely make their defense way better. So, interested in them. We're going to go over the NFC standings. Lions, 1 seed at 13-4. 49ers, 2nd seed at 13-4. Eagles, 3rd seed at 11-6. Falcons, 4th seed at 11-6. Packers, 5th seed at 12-5. Cowboys, 6th seed, 11-6. Rams, 7th seed, 9-8. And then we got the Buccaneers and Saints barely missing. And the Cardinals, too. I guess we got the Commanders. Then the Bears, Seahawks, Giants, Panthers, and the Vikings as the worst team in the NFC. Vikings worst team in the NFC. Worst team in football is the Raiders. Okay, we're going MVP pick. My MVP is CJ Stroud, and I think he's going to have an amazing second year. I think he's going to prove. And with adding Stephon Diggs in that receiving core, I think he's going to prove that. He's a top 5 QB this year. He's going to have an amazing year. I think he's going to go for at least 35, maybe even 40 touchdowns this year, around 35, 40 touchdowns, with like maybe 7 or 8 picks. But I think he's going to do really well. He's going to have a great year, and he's going to lead the Texans. One of the best teams in the AFC. But let's continue my Super Bowl pick, guys. Here it is. Okay, hold on. Where's it at? Here it is, guys. My AFC championship is Texans versus Chiefs, and the Chiefs win. My NFC championship is the Packers versus 49ers. I know the 49ers have kind of owned the Packers in the playoffs, but I think the Packers are going to get it done here. And finally, the Green Bay Packers will take down the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That is my prediction. The Chiefs will not three-peat, but watch them do it again. I just want to pick someone new. This is the Packers. Like, this is the Packers with Favre and Rodgers, too. You win a Super Bowl early and then never win one again. So Jordan Love's going to win one Super Bowl and then never win one again. That's just how it's going to be because the team's going to get worse. And then, I don't know. It's just the Pack away. I don't know. But, yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed my predictions, guys. And yeah, till next video. My next video will be out the next day. Is my NFL Week 1 predictions. I hope you all enjoy. Till next time. Peace out. Bye.